What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, we're coming back to Lacuna Coil. Yes, indeed. Lacuna Coil fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-boobidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Animal Soul, and this is actually Animal Soul's prioritized request for the month of January for being a Silver Tier member on the Patreon page, so here you go, Animal Soul. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Animal Soul want to see me react to this song by Lacuna Coil called Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Hey. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hang on a second, I recognize this, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Lacuna Coil, okay? And the video has 884,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Apocalypse. That's all I got. I got some artwork here. It does say Lacuna Coil, so I'm hoping we're in the right spot. Look, this is the link I was given, so if this is not it, then don't blame me. Blame Animal Soul. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
It's going down this time, and I'm surprisingly alive. We've been condemned again, guilty of our innocence. Do you preach about revelation? So far from evolution.
What the hell's going on tonight?
I don't like it, Mike.
I like the feel. I like the energy. I like the drive. I like the direction. I'm not thrilled with the tone. I know it's not digital, but it sounds digital. The vocals. Now, why they're doing this, I don't know, but the vocals sound very auto-tuned. Like, extremely auto-tuned. And I don't know why, because I've heard a couple of songs from Lacuna Coil now, and I've never detected any need for auto-tune, both in a live setting and in a studio setting. I've never picked up on it, but for some reason, I am really picking it up on here in this song, which tells me they're doing that intentionally. They're getting that sound intentionally. They're doing it on purpose. They're making it blatantly obvious. Now, why? I don't know. It sounds, I know it's not synthetic, but it sounds synthetic. Even the guitars, to some extent, sound a little digital. And I don't understand why. I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to get out of this. It's confusing. But like I said, the groove is nice. The direction of the song is nice. The energy and the drive are really nice. But the tone of the song, man, it just sounds very synthetic. And I'm not really digging it. I'm trying to get into this. I am. And I'm getting into the groove. And if I put the tone out of my head, it's better. But the second that I let the guitar tone come in and I try to enjoy the guitar tone, it just turns me off. So I don't know. Maybe my opinion will change. Maybe it will, but I gotta be honest with you folks, I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Let's keep going here.
Looking at the sand, gliding down through the hourglass. Here we are again. Oh no, all the time will tell. Let the fate decide we're right here, staring in each other's eyes, trusting each other's lies. You're far from the solution. We'll start a revolution. You'll go again and celebrate time. You're far from the solution. We'll go again. We'll leave it all behind.
I like the guitar solo. That felt good. I like the guitar solo. I think the guitar solo so far has been the highlight of the entire song for me. Very fitting. Not overly played, not overly complex. With this halftime groove that they've got going on, he kept it pretty stripped down. A lot of sustained notes, which were nice. Very melodic. Far less on trying to be impressive with his technique and far more attention put into the melodics of the solo, which I absolutely can appreciate. I just cannot wrap my head around the digital sound, man. You know what it might be? And I didn't think about this until about 20 seconds ago. Right before the guitar solo started, I started to have this thought. Maybe it's possible. Maybe this song is just a victim of over scrubbing. Maybe they just over scrubbed this. They put this in, I mean, they obviously recorded this in Pro Tools, and maybe they just did everything they could to tighten things up and, you know, compress and expand and compress and expand and compress and expand. And maybe it just got overly scrubbed. It's possible. They could have noise gated the hell out of this and then expanded it to try and make it sound fuller. Oh, wait, we got a little hiss. let's add some more compression onto it to eliminate the hiss, and let's add another layer of noise gate there to eliminate more of the hiss. Oh, now it sounds thin again. Let's expand it again. Maybe that's possible. Maybe that's what happened, but I don't know, man. It just sounds intentional to me. Like, it sounds like they meant to do this. This doesn't sound like an accident. Then again, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it's just overly scrubbed. It's very possible. I've heard that happen with other bands before. Hell, one of my favorite bands, Soilwork, you go and listen to the album Figure Number 5. Now look, I love that album. I do. I love the hell out of that album. But then you go and listen to that album and listen to the follow-up album, Stabbing the Drama. And they compare those two albums to, go listen to, which album would I say? Go listen to The Living Infinite. Or go listen to, The Ride Majestic. Go listen to either one of those albums and compare them to Figure Number 5 and Stabbing the Drama. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's just overly scrubbed, and it sounds very inorganic as a result. The more I think about it, the more I'm starting to think that that's what happened. And it happens more often than you might believe. It happens quite often. So, and then the record label will release it thinking it sounds just fine, but then you compare it to other albums, and it's like, oh, there's a significant difference. So, I don't know. Anyway, let's finish this out, and we'll get to the review. A lot of keyboard usage too. I don't know about this one, man. Look, not every song is going to be a hit with me. You know, there's going to be songs from every band that hit home and hit well, and they knock it out of the park. And then there's going to be those songs also that just, I think this is one of those, I think. I don't know. Let me get my thoughts together. Maybe I'll think about it, and maybe I'll change my mind. But in the meantime, let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Lacuna Coil with Apocalypse. This was a request from Animal Soul. And this was actually Animal Soul's prioritized request for the month of January for being a Silver Tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Animal Soul. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. I thought about it, and I tried, man. I really tried to work with this. I tried to come up with every excuse I possibly could in the book for this, and unfortunately, nothing resonated and nothing really made sense. So, I have a score here, and take it for what it's worth. It's my opinion, so keep that in mind. Out of a possible 5 stars, I am going to give that 3 stars. Yeah, 3 stars. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
I've heard a couple of songs from Lacuna Coil on the channel now, and I can say, beyond a shadow of a doubt, out of all the songs I've heard from them so far, this is my least favorite. It just sounds very, very digital, very Pro Tooled, very scrubbed, very squeaky clean, overly compressed, overly expanded, and that's my theory. I think that's what happened here. I think they fell victim to what a lot of other bands have fallen victim to when it comes to Pro Tools, where they'll record a song and they say, well, it needs to have more compression. It needs to have more of a noise gate because we're we're getting a little background, you know, so they do, and then as a result, it gets thin and it gets hollow. Well, then let's expand it. Then they expand it. Oh, now that we expanded it, we're picking up on other things. Let's run it through the scrubber again, another noise gate, more compression, and now it's kind of thin again. Let's re-expand it some more. And the next thing you know, the entire song ends up sounding inorganic. It ends up sounding very, very digital. And it doesn't help that, like, once the song started to fade out, I cued in on the keyboards. That does not help. It actually makes it worse. And it's not anyone's fault. It just, look, like I said, look at Soilwork, one of my favorite bands, and look at the albums that they've put out over the years, okay? In particular, I want you to pay special attention to one of my personal favorite albums from their Figure Number 5, and Stab in the Drama, and then compare them to later albums like I said, The Living Infinite is a great example, and The Ride Majestic is another great example. They have later albums, but I'm going to use those two to compare against the other two. You listen to Figure Number 5, you listen to Stabbing the Drama, and you're going to hear what an overly compressed album sounds like. And that is very much along the same lines of this particular song. And the keyboards in those two albums, in Figure Number 5 and Stabbing the Drama, because they have a keyboard player, a dedicated keyboard player, it becomes glaringly obvious. The keyboards kind of take over and take control a lot in those two albums, where in the later two albums that I'm using as an example, you hear the keyboards, but they don't dominate. They don't take over and, you know, dominate the sound like they do in the other two albums. I think the same thing happened here. I think they just fell victim to overly compressing, overly expanding, overly scrubbing. And as a result, we're left with a very digital sounding song. As far as the feel of the song, I dug the feel. I dug the groove of the song, having that kind of halftime feel throughout the entire song. But everything else about the song just sounded scrubbed to hell. Even the vocals. And this is what really amazes me, is that I've heard other songs from Lacuna Coil where if there were Pro Tools used, you never know it. Like the live performance, obviously there was no Pro Tool usage. There was no auto-tune usage. In the other recording I heard from them, okay, I'm sure there was some Pro Tool usage, but it was very slight and very smoothly used. It wasn't really a necessity, but they did it just to kind of clean up a little bit here, clean up a little bit there, tune up a little bit over here. You know what I mean? It wasn't excessive. Not like this sounds. This sounds like Pro Tools had a field day with the song, especially when it came to the auto-tune on all of the vocals. And again, do I think they used a ton of auto-tune on the vocals? No, I don't think that was the case, but because of all the expanding and compressing and scrubbing, I think it became more pronounced, and it just, it didn't sound natural. It didn't. It was like, well, okay. Look, like I said, they're not the first band to have this happen to. There's many, many bands that this has happened to. And in closing, I'm just going to say, not every single song is going to hit a home run with me. There's going to be songs that I love, there's going to be songs that I like, and there's going to be songs like this where I'm kind of like, indifferent to. It's not a bad song. I want to be very clear about that. If I thought this was a bad song, this would be getting 2 stars or 1 star. No, I'm getting 3 stars for this one. It's not great, and it's not really good. It's just for me, it's just kind of It's just kind of okay, kind of indifferent to it. If it ever came on again, I wouldn't skip it. I would listen to it, but only because I'm just too damn lazy to push the fast forward button, or I might be just too tired to push the fast forward button. I'll just say, listen, I'll just deal with listening to it. It's not a bad song. I'll sit through it. But in any case, I'm giving this 3 stars. It's not a bad score. It's just kind of like it's just kind of there. You know what I mean? So anyway, 3 out of 5 stars. I feel good with that score. I feel that's the score the song deserves, and that's where we're gonna stay. So 3 out of 5 stars. Final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.